really unfortunate. I'm really sorry for that.
One thing, we are happy because the lives, we didn't lose the lives.
Yeah.
We lost everything. They turned whatever, books, boxes, what, even the beds. But the lives that are there, we are blessed because when you have life, you have a way forward.
And thank you so much for coming back to our channel. We are Destiny Equipping Child Association, and we are here in the society trying to give love, hope to the people who are less fortunate or those who are not so privileged to have the luxuries in life, to tell them that actually this is not the end of their life. They're living, and it's not a permanent situation. And today I am privileged to be in the presence of Mom here, who is a homeowner here in Nakuru. I'll just give her a chance now. Mom, karibu sana. And asante sana kwa kutupea wakati. Just kindly introduce yourself to the people.
Amen. I'm Rev Dr Wekesa. I'm right now 63 years with many children. My own children, biological children, I have them 6. With grandchildren, about 9. And most I'm happy because I am a mother of the nation. When I say a mother of the nation, I am the director of Christian Ministries to the Destitute, of which now I've had many children. So I'm a mother of great children in the nation. So partly today, as I'm introducing myself, I am the founder of Christian Ministries to the Destitute, whereby I started it 2000 when the Lord gave me the burden to reach out on the street, vulnerable children who are on the street, the families on the street, and in the process, while on the street, my help to them on the street could not be enough. I felt that at least I should look for a place whereby I could just have them, so that whatever was deposited in me, that love in me may be felt. So I welcomed them. That was 2000. We started as a street children program, was calling them, they come for lunch, ministering to them, telling them the love of God and the plan of God for their lives and the future He has for them. And later on, I thought I was just, it's as a program that you give them lunch, they go back. But it only took 3 weeks and then they refused to go back. In this, it was a great challenge, but thank God, because in that process, my husband, the late husband, Bishop Wekesa, allowed me and the church leaders just to have them be sleeping in the church, just on the floor, because it's like they refuse to go back, because when they heard about the love of God and the way I welcomed them, how people were responding to them, they felt they should not go back to the street. The program was, let me say, it started, we can say, as a lunch program. Later on, it became a home, which was just a homeless. But through the grace of God, as people had this, they started, the well-wishers, they started coming in, because they were seeing what we started now. We started now counseling these street children. We found out some were just from good families, but it's only the enemy that was driving them out. You know, there are powers of darkness that can drive your good child, the one you know you believe in, just to run away without any cause, to go to the street. And such like cases, when we were doing some counseling, we had to reconcile them with their parents. They came into realization. We prayed for them and had to take them back to reconcile them to their parents. Others who were actually completely didn't have meaning their families. You know, on the street we have about 3-4 types of street children. Others have just been, they are forced to go there through the guardians or parents who are helpless in the village. So they make them to be their source of income.
Yes.
We found out others were born on the street. So now they know that is their home, nothing else other than their lives on the street. But in the process of now bringing in the counseling part of it, we found out that those who are homeless, who are just others born on the street, some were just dumped on the street, they found themselves growing on the street. So those ones remained, and others who were, as I saw it, guardians, they were reconciled with their families, others with the guardians, but those ones we remained with. So we started, it was formlessly, but God helped us. Some, as we continued with the program, some also, we found out they were orphans. Some were orphans who have lost their mother, but their father, you know, once the father marries another mom, you know, the love is disappeared. So the children, most of them, to survive was a problem. So those ones also, we have now started to take in those ones who are who have single parents. Like now, that one has a father, yes, but because of the hostility of the place, so we had to host them. And in the process, God gave us the grace. Because having the children, it means you have to have a future for them. So we started the school. That's why you can say Pistis Academy. We started, you remember the beginning was just like a program, but now it is ended into a school, so that those ones who are remaining may continue to have their schooling, at least to learn, to equip them, so that in future they may be people who can also have value others or be important people in the community. Like today, I'm so happy because whoever has connected you to us is that very dear children. Joseph, John, Mother, and the many who have not, probably you have not never met them. So that was our cry, to see people who are hopeless becoming hopeful and being an instrument to the community. So in the process, that's now part of the history. I'm just trying to cut. Things have not worked so nowhere, but it has taken the love of God and the people coming in. Like today you have come to encourage this, for the mission to continue, to encourage this. So that's how we have been just surviving, having people who are willing, when they hear about the street child. Like now, we have already, let me say, like the blessings out of this. Some have pastors. We have Peter Wambogo. Wherever you have heard someone, Peter Wambogo, he used to be a musician, but right now he's a pastor. He was from the street. Out of this, we have Vincent also, who is right now a pastor. He's well educated. He was in Kenyatta University. Even Joseph has been to university. Now it's like from hopeless to hopefulness. And they can also help others. So many others who are nurses, others who are businessmen, others. So in short, the purpose of the ministry was to help those less children in the community, the orphans, those who have guardians that are unable, those who are completely orphans, those who are street children who had nobody to speak to their lives, to encourage them, to show them the way. That is the purpose of it, and we still straining to move because there's still a lot to be done. Those whom God has helped, we thank God because now we are seeing they are giving back the community. That is powerful. At the same time, at such a time, we have a problem a bit with the gas. The dormitory was burnt last year in September, and somehow it's like we are stranded as sleeping in the classes. I think you have gone through. They are sleeping in the class, believing God. All this has been a best thing. It's a Christian best thing. Faith. We based on faith. The foundation is faith. This is a holistic, we call it as holistic, means to whatever, in which way you don't understand it. Mine is just as simple as that. So we are actually calling out by faith the people who are willing, that can come also stand with us to rebuild the dormitory for girls. Because like we are opening in, the form ones are opening in July. But up to this time, we don't know if they come, where are the children going, the girls going to sleep. Yes, we can hire a place for them, but not as hiring for girls, hiring for a place where there's no security is not good. So our prayer right now, and as we call forth that the ministry may continue producing girls who will honor God, girls who are taught well, who are taught, we need a place for them, a safer place for them. And having a safe place for them is to rebuild the dormitories, so that at least they can live at a good place where they can have, freedom. And also being monitored, we have to be there monitoring, especially being girls. That is now the trouble in our lives, the trouble in our daily prayer. Whenever we pray and when we reach and we say, Lord, have mercy. And if there are people that they can be able to stand with us, we are voicing out. Last Sunday we had, that you were celebrating me. In that new name, I've told you the name Doctor. So some few of our own now out of Christian ministry that they talk that who have taken care of, they've gone to school and now they are doing good jobs. They came to be part of the celebration. And they decided, in fact right now they have decided to start what we call M-Changa for this dormitory. They want at least their brothers or their sisters also to have a good place. So probably as we are calling out, you can see what you can do also as a ministry. I can see it is very powerful. It's touching life. When you are touching lives, that is part of God's blessings. Because the Bible says, whoever supports a needy or touches a needy person, an orphan, that's someone who is in need, we are letting God. Imagine letting God, who holds life, who holds every resources. Isn't it good? So together we are saying, anybody who is willing to touch, to lend God. Here CMD girls have nothing. In fact, everything was burned down. So we have had well wishes behind them, some beds, buying them some mattresses, and we are not yet through with that, but still the dormitory we need. So,
just before you go on, would you mind telling us the story of what happened to the dormitory? How did it get around?
Yeah. I'm unable tends to say what happened because it was just one of the Sundays. I remember it was 6th of September, very early in the morning. And one thing we are happy because we are happy in a way that it is that this incident happened when we are in the church. In fact,
we was in the dormitory.
Everybody was in the church. So whatever happened, we can't tell because we've tried to ask through we have this, what we call it, those people, they're not insurance, what were power?
TFLC.
Okay, to come, and they know how to detect.
Yeah.
None of them has come back to say what happened.
So the issue has been left
unsolved. We say, okay. Because when you try to follow up, it's like we are coming tomorrow, and then that's like
it's rushed off. It's really unfortunate. I'm really sorry for that.
One thing, we are happy because the lives, we didn't lose the lives. Yeah. We lost everything. They turned whatever books, boxes, even the beds. But the lives that are there. We are blessed because when you have life, you have a way forward. So that is what I could probably say. The happening, we don't know we can say it is the enemy, or we don't know whether it is what was one of the children. We have not really come to a conclusion.
And this we are talking about last year?
Yes, last year, September, during Corona time.
That must have been difficult, but we thank God that we had no casualties then.
Yes.
But sometimes it's I opt to look at a situation more like of a blessing, where you see whatever will come out now from whatever will be built now for the girls will be something at least better and it will be a blessing to them still. So
I hope so.
we believe so, we pray so, and I would like to actually just acknowledge it to our people who are watching here that the main trouble right now is the absence of the dormitory for the girls.
Yes.
And as I said, being girls, you can't take them to a place where you're not very sure of their safety or something like that. Yes. So we will be able to channel and see what we can do to be able to help you. And thank you so much. You've given us a very good history and brief of the home and how it came to be.
Yes.
And as we are finishing up this interview, what would you say would be your greatest achievement when you sit down and just have a time to yourself? What do you think, and thank God that you have actually been able to get to it in regards to being here as the home owner or the founder of this place?
Wow. That is powerful. Surely, like today, anytime I see these children moving from one glory to another glory, as I say, we started from nothing, but through them, the school came into being. First of all, the home came into being, and then the school. And when you see them achieving, now each one of them achieving his goals, her goals. She's also making her home. Wow. She's also someone important in the community. Like now, John, as I say, like now, Mother, she, like now, Joseph. What a blessing. Like the men I've told you, like in Nairobi we have men, I think, God willing, you can probably reach them. John can reach them. We have Ibrahim, who is an auditor of a certain company. Other one is an accountant. It gives me joy, and life. The joy I have is to help me continue with life, and to see that nothing we do out of passion can be in vain. And especially if we have a passion to see, to transform, this person. Imagine from street, he's now a preacher. From street, he's now running a company. Wow! If at all God will give us all there's such a passion to reach out, how many we'll transform our nation, and we will no longer the street children will no longer be a problem, because we are willing, we reach them there, not only feeding them on the street, but having an insight about them, creating some jobs, whatever, even if they are not learned. By the way, our first group was taken by NY. Is it called NYS? NYS. Our first group, of which some of them are drivers in the government, some of them are cooks in the government earning. They have families. They can be able to stretch out their hands from hopelessness to hopeful. Yes, and they can also voice up. So the second group, because those ones who had dropped from school, are the ones that now started the school. And I tell you, street children are very clever. They were the ones calling number one. The enemy understands to destroy the children who are bright. And anyone surviving on the street is a bright person. If only just reached well with counseling and showing the way and being prayed for, this person opens up and can be a great person in the community, a business person, in whichever form. Because once they are open up, they see and they are determined. We have someone like Johnny, those ones who are on the street, but now they are doing very well. And that are now doing the work. And their being there makes me to live more. To live long, to desire to do more. As I call out more to come. Like now, those in school, challenges like, okay, by the way, some challenges, taking care of them, they need food. Oh, I had forgotten about some of the challenges. It's not easy, but because by passion, God will also connect people with the passion to be bringing food. Like now today, the food you have brought, it will take them a long way. It will help. Challenges food. Secondly was shelter. Third is now how to pay their teachers, how their exercise books. No more needs for a child. No more needs. Their clothing, their uniform. So every day those are challenges. Just like those ones staying in their homes. What the parents are now supposed to do their family. That is now I am their mother.
Yes.
And everything raising up, it is me there. So my prayer is that even someone who has textbooks can bring to the school Pistis. We call it Pistis Academy. Pistis means faith, love, joy, and grace. So we registered the school because that was purpose for them. Although we later on opened up for the community, those who are not there, to be paying at least something, little money, just to support the teachers, so that these ones now they become sponsors for these ones. Up to this time, we have never had someone to sponsor us for just say I'm sponsoring children for education. No. In fact, that has been a great challenge from the word go. But by faith, God has been giving us the grace that the children performs well, but how to maintain teachers now, that has been off and on problem.
Will come through and people will connect hands. Kenyans are people who love each other. And
Yes.
with your problems aired out, I believe once you say your problem, it's halfway solved.
Yes.
Because someone will hear your story and will be able to get in a way to come to you and give you the help that you need.
All right.
As we finish up the interview, kindly just what would you like to tell to the people who are like you, who are homeowners and founders of places where children came maybe from different situations and problems that made them be having their life in a home? What would you like to give to people like those, and also good Samaritans who just are well-wishers and support homes in their life?
Yes. First of all, I would just want to congratulate them because they have a passion to reach out. And secondly, to encourage them that the challenges they are passing through, that are the challenges that will make these children right. Because once you have them, you have to give discipline. But discipline with love and with direction. And we don't just start our children's home for our own benefit. Like now, even in my old age, I have never had a car. Some start some children within a short period, they make something money out of it. But for me, I have the moment I try to think about having a car, we don't have to teach the money to pay the teachers. So it becomes now laying our lives down to bring them up. Sacrificing whatever we have. And not giving up, but always strengthening ourselves, having hope to see. It is hard. I remember the first time we started this ministry, there was a friend of mine who wanted to buy me a car. In fact, I was taken to the driving school. And after the driving school, he sent me, that time that was 2000, he sent me, that was around 450,000. But deep inside me, I could not hold it. How can I go for the vehicle if the children don't even have a place to sleep? The children don't have a place where they can now go for the education. In fact, we had just started, bringing a building up that school, you see. And then inside me, I had a voice, the Lord speaking to me. You give the whole money to the building. And that was good. Because now, when I see this children, the building is finished, when I see the children coming out, I know the vehicle, I can have it. I've served in this ministry for almost, I think it is almost from 2000, June 7th. Up to now, how many years is that? So just 20 years. 20 years. Yes. Praise the Lord. Because out of this, I can see, I can be able to stand before the Lord and it will help me. This is what happened.
And it's really
And I'm still having the challenges because now the dormitory is there. Should I say, after all, in my old age, let me settle down? No. I've even encouraged my children, my own biological children. At times when we don't have even money to buy food, I tell them, you have to bless the Lord by giving something to these children. Sometimes we don't have salary for the month. They have to donate. Make sure that wakipata kidogo ya kumpa mwalimu aende. That's how the life I've lived. And it's the life of believing God, and the vision is given. It has to come to pass because it's not my own work, it's not my own strength. Whatever little I get is purposely for this. Yeah, I know good things will be rewarded because rewards are there. even my being spared to be alive is because I was part of the ministry. When I see them, I'm happy, I'm blessed, and I cry for more, but now telling God, bring me more people who can understand this. I also encourage the sisters and brothers who are in this field, who have been called to serve this children, just to give them love, just to be patient with them, because it's a vision. When we see them coming up as good people of the community, of the nation, like now I can say I'm mother of the nation because some are in Deca, some are in Nairobi, some are in Mombasa, it's all over. Don't you think it's a blessing?
It is a blessing.
Yes, it makes me to work a mother who is blessed. And through Kenya Forum, when they were moving through cities to cities, looking for the people who have touched the lives of people, who have made a transformation, I was picked up as a woman in Nakuru. So I bless the Lord that I'm now honored as Rev Dr Wekesa because of touching the community, not my education, not half, but because of lives, because there's also rewards. There are rewards in everything we do. So I'm grateful to have you, and even this interview, I've never been interviewed, but I'm thankful because through my children, I can be able to be seen probably on the It's a blessing.
You are doing a good job, even from the fact that we can actually see people who come from here and they're actually doing very, very well outside there. And we just want to wrap it up from there. Thank you so much for giving us time to come here and even letting us give our love and hope to the kids, because sometimes you don't know what they're thinking. You may have them, give them their own maybe food, school, but you won't be able to understand what they're mentally going through. And I pray that the good God blesses you with the grace and love to actually continue being with them and continue nurturing them. Amen. And we will end it at that. Thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. If you feel touched and you want to maybe give your form of support or donation, you can actually talk to us. You can call the number 0727 112602, 0727 112602, and you can also follow us on our social media platforms, Instagram and Twitter, Deca_org, and our Facebook is Deca. Thank you so much. See you next time.